So I was your spiritual friend here. This is inner work around how Africa has been so far. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing, amazing, amazing. Like, wow. And especially from an inner work perspective. It's been really, really amazing. This trip has been like, wow, I don't know where to start. You know, like shadow work, inner work perspective. It's like one thing is that I'm traveling alone, right? But I'm never ever really alone. Like, of course I feel it like sometimes, but I'm never ever really alone. Like, one thing is that that it's so easy to talk to people, you know, and like especially here in Africa, a lot of people want to talk to you, especially because you're a foreigner. But then you can use this magnificent gift that you have from the inner work, because you're doing a lot of inner work. You're cleansing, releasing, and that is this intuition. Like, okay, can I trust these people, right? For example, there was one episode where I was in Rwanda, you know, and then this is my first day. I'm walking around there, I'm getting approached, and then I'm like, okay, I'm getting approached here. You know, what is going on? And then I'm like, my brain is just, this is very interesting, especially about intuition, you know, especially when you are in this nice country, like where people are very, very sociable. I would say very, very sociable country, let's put it like that. And then you tap into all your senses. That is what I did. And then I start asking. I just start asking above. You know, you can, if you're very religious, you can ask, you know, Jesus, you can ask God, and like, you just tap into that, you know, tap into this universal intelligence. And like, okay, can I trust this person, you know? And then you tap in, and then you go for it. If you feel it from yourself, from all your senses, but from above as well, okay, go for it, you know, because at the end of the day, the more you release, the more you heal, the more inner work you do, the better people you attract into your life. And if it's bad people with bad intentions, or they want to exploit you, you don't really have any, like, there's just no value, then you have the guts to say no, because it's self-love, self-protection. For example, Ethiopia again, like, okay, there's these two guys approaching me, and I'm like, okay, I can feel, okay, I can trust them, you know. I didn't feel any darkness, I didn't feel any resistance. Then I went out, and yeah, like, they helped me. These guys ended up helping me, especially one of them, because there was one of them who spoke English, and he was more aligned with me, and he didn't really ask for anything, right? Like, the only thing, like, I was like, okay, you help me with this thing, let me buy you some drinks, like whatever you want, you know, like, I don't drink myself, but I can buy it for you, you know, and then I can, you know, whatever, right? And because I was thinking again, like, okay, this person seems amazing, right? Okay, let me just buy him a couple of whatever, right? And then we had this amazing talk, you know, like, especially this one guy, he tells me about everything, you know, and he's humble, he's nice, he's cool, he's very informative towards me. I'm like, yeah, yes, man. And his friend is like, kind of like, he's also humble, blah, blah, but he just want something from me. He just want, I couldn't really communicate, I couldn't really get anything, like, that was like, yeah, okay, this guy just want to exploit me, you know, because then I met him again and again and again, and he's like, hey, buy me this, buy me that. And at the end, I'm like, bro, I cannot just, you know, like, I bought you all these things, you know, at the end of the day, I was like, I cannot just, you know, like, because this guy also wanted beer. He just wanted me to buy beer, you know, beer. I was like, is it really, you know, okay, like, what do I get more out of it, you know? Because the other guy wanted drinks too, but he gave me like, he was helping me, right? Because the other one, if you meet somebody who just only want you, like, only uses you to buy drinks or whatever, right? You're like, okay, like, it's my time, it's my money, it's my energy. Okay, what is this all about, right? Like, it has to be, like, worth it, right? It has to be worth it. So that was an example. Also, like, when I landed here in Uganda, Kampala, I was alone again, you know. And then a lot of people, they were like trying to like, hey, that they were like, hey, you have to do this, hey, blah 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 blah, like they were just like, hey, come with me, I can drive you, I can drive there, blah blah blah. And then I was like using my intuition again, like okay, I need a lot of things, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. And then and then this one guy came in, this one guy, after I rejected a lot of guys, then he came in, and then he started to help me out. I was like, and I could just feel on his demeanor, his energy, that this guy immediately, he was just humble. He just wanted to help me. There was no asking for money and everything like that. And then like he asked for money and like how much, and then he's like, he gave me a reasonable price. He was very chill, and it's like he was not pushy. And then I just like, okay, can I trust this guy? I went into my senses, I went into my intuition, and like, yeah, okay, I feel it, and then I'm like, God, please help me, Jesus help me. Because I mix it, with biblical thinking, like religion with shadow work, and my thinking, So I was like, okay, and then what happens is that this amazing guy, also because we vibe, we have different kind of energies, also about energies, right? So I get into his car, and he just drives me like and this is amazing, this is absolutely amazing, because my phone goes off. I need to cancel a ticket as well, so I'm on my laptop, I'm like, I'm stressing, I'm sending all the information to him, I'm using his phone, I'm using his phone for canceling this ticket, and it was just a crazy ride. How did it all start out? Like first he's using maps on his phone, right? Fair enough, everybody does that, right? And then I'm like, fuck, bro, like we're having a good talk. I was like, hey man, I need to cancel this ticket. Open up, and this is Kenya Airways actually. So I'm like opening up. I'm like, okay, because if you want to cancel a ticket, you need to do it 24 hours, within 24 hours, So I'm opening up, bad internet, and he's sharing his internet, I'm like, yes, thank you, bro. Opening up, going in to change the itinerary or the travel information, right? So I can get the refund. And then there's no option to get the refund. That's like I go in to manage my bookings, there's no option. And then it just stands there with this small text. If you want to cancel your booking, you need to call directly. I'm like, oh man, okay, there's WhatsApp as well, but then WhatsApp is not working, my phone is dying. And then I'm just begging again, like inner work wise, I'm just begging. I'm like, Jesus, please help me. I'm just begging. But then I also accept it. Accept that I cannot cancel the ticket. I fully accept it. So I accept it, and I also pray. I accept it and pray. And then I'm like, hey, and then I'm just look at him. I'm like, because I'm like, hey bro, like do you by any chance have access to international calls? And then he's like, yeah, sure. Like he's just so casual, so humble, so nice, so angelic. You're like, yeah, sure, I got you. Like, and it's like, what, really? Like you have, like I can call from your phone to an international phone. Like I can call outside of Uganda. And like, yeah, I just have to. How much do you want? Like to put up? I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I didn't even like thought that it was possible, because I was like, whoa, okay. And then he puts some money in. We call. And like I get access to the travel agent. On the other side, everything just went smooth, like it was amazing. Like they canceled the ticket, I'm very happy. And then we go to the place, and then at this point my phone is pretty much dead, and then I uses his phone. I'm like, hey bro, like okay, this is the place, let me just go and check if I can come in. I will come out as soon as possible. And then he waits for me. Okay, that is normal, right? But it's like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing that you can find people like that, and you can use your intuition. Like many times, like these are just two examples where I had to use my intuition. I had to use this surplus of energy, because there's no trauma stopping me anymore. Because many people that might be traumatized, I have a lot of trauma, they don't have this free energy to just feel, they're in apathy, they don't have this gift, because the trauma is taking all the space, right? It hurts. So So Africa has been like helping me a lot when it comes to that, you know, like I've been pushing me, because in Denmark I was just living in safety. I was just living in one room, waking up, doing that, everything like food. Many times I was taken care of, or sometimes I could cook the food, go out, you know, go out with my friends. It was very like safe, right? But here it's like, okay, I can use it. And I also like, for example, I talked about in Ethiopia, you know, like I had to go through this ghosting process. Like that people were very socially conditioned. They didn't want to be honest. They didn't confront. They want to be nice. They want to be sweet. They don't want to confront. They don't want to hurt, right? So I had to go through that, a lot of ghosting, you know. And I also accept that. So that led me to accept myself, giving myself love, giving myself care, loving myself, accepting and forgiving my mother that she couldn't showcase and explicitly showcase this love. So I went down there, healed this inner child, hugged myself, and released. It was amazing. So yeah, so those are the things that helped me a lot to navigate through all these life obstacles. Like okay, what more? What more has Africa helped me with? Like what more? It's also helped me with. That was a very beautiful experience. That is also helped me with. It's like that I started to attract again energies. Like I started to attract in this case mainly women who was like in a bad state, you know, they didn't feel good. And at one point, like they had like crazy trauma, and at one point I was like activating my awareness. I was diving into myself and doing a double death shadow work. Basically accepted that I will not attract beautiful, nice, like nice persons, right? Nice woman, right? So I just accepted it, and then I basically saw myself from when I was young all the way up to my death, and then where I just accepted I will not attract anyone beautiful. You know, it just be dark, and then I hugged that person, and then we went into the second shadow work where I basically saw that old, because at the end the jinn is old, you know. So I hugged him and then I let him perish, and then I saw him at his funeral. Nobody's there, you know, nobody. I'm just single, nobody, right? And then I accepted that as well. Be there in the funeral, accepting all the thoughts, accepting that all my dreams, everything is just gone, you know, especially in this domain of attracting the opposite sex. And then the craziest thing happened. It's like then some days after, this amazing, wonderful being just comes into my life. And I was like, what is going on? And I started to like ask her, connect with her deeper and deeper and deeper. Immediately we just connected on a deeper level, you know, like psychological level. I was like, hey, what is all this about? What is all this about? You know, like what is the meaning of all this? You know, like how is your relationships to your peers back home? You know, I was blown away. It was so crazy. Like because this person, this wonderful being, had such an amazing relationship with all of her members that I was like, what? Like this is it's been a long time since I met somebody who has like so few, like such a good relationship, you know, with all her peers back home, and at the same time not really experiencing trauma. So I was like, what? And then I just like, okay, let me see this person, you know, like let me see her, you know. And then I went on more dates with this person. I was like, wow, okay, I just can't, like via my education, via my experiences around this, and I'm helping people all this, you know, like energy healing through shadow work. I'm very sensitive. I think I'm pretty sensitive when it comes to people, and I just couldn't find anything, you know. But you have to be careful as well. You're like not being in this constant state of just finding flaws on people, right? Accepting, surrender yourself and accept all this that is happening and still be in abundance. But I'll talk more about that in another video, elaborate more on this. But yeah, like So it's been like shadow work journey. Also like it's been a journey of just loving myself, giving myself a tremendous amount of love, just be free, be in abundance and accept. Also like it has taught me to just appreciate life, appreciate, because I've seen poverty, a lot of poverty. People just not really having anything in life, which has been hard. And there's one episode I want to go deeper into around that as well. Gratefulness. Appreciate the small things, in life. Appreciate that you can wake up, you can go out and just breathe fresh air in, and you have access to food. Because that leads me to the subsequent thing, which is like appreciate food, like always pray for the food, because there's so many people out here in Africa that don't have access to food. So pray for the food. Another thing would also be around productivity. Oh, so many videos I can make, around this. Productivity is like, because there's a lot of temptations. Especially here in East Africa, like there's a lot of things going on. A lot of people want to hang out with you, and you have to find the balance, and also be able to say no, 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 no. So many times I've been saying no, like let's not hang out. Let's. I have to do this. I have to do that. Like it's not a good idea to hang out right now. So it's also been helping me to bettering my no facade, or my no saying skill, and focus on what really matters. And then there's a lot of jobs that have been piling up, and then I've been adopting a new way of working. And it's basically like, again, long story short, I may elaborate a video about that as well, because I had a business coach at one point, and he how can I say, he's someone who just really wants money. He just wants money, right? Like, how can I put it? Like, not talk. He's a good gentleman, right? But he's somebody who irritates me enough where it's not darkness, right? How can I put it? It's just somebody who's just a perfect balance, right? So this guy is somebody. So basically, how is it all? Like, it's basically like all these tasks, like task number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I have 6 tasks, and then I connect with this irritating business coach. I connect with him and like, hey, if I don't finish these 6 tasks by the end of today, I'm gonna pay you $200. So I've been adopting that, like it's called financial punishment method or whatever. Like it's called something, I don't quite know, but it's like, it works like a charm for me. Because then I'm locked in. I'm like, okay, I need to finish these 6, 7 tasks. And especially towards this person, I just imagine the pain is like, oh, he would just be very happy, like to get that money. He'd be like, yeah, I'm getting this, because that is how his demeanor is, so it's just a perfect balance, around not throwing your money away to tobacco company, right? So this is just like, oh, it's nice. It's a really, really good balance, and he's the perfect guy. So yes, I've been doing that when it has come to productivity, and especially financial things that are needed to do, accounting and all those kind of things. I rather just want to coach. I rather just want to make these videos, right? It's much more interesting, but you need to do the finance. You need to, have an overview of how is it going, right? So yeah, so Africa has been testing me a lot in these parameters, because in Denmark, okay, there's not that many temptations. You wake up again, like there's not that much distractions going on, and then but it's also been helping me to not, for example, scrolling, like all my addictions. Like, for example, thank God, like before I came here, like I didn't have that many addictions. The only addiction I would have here would be to hang, socializing, go out with people, meeting people. That would be an addiction, right? That would be something that I've done a bit too much, I would say. Too much, yeah. Too much. I've been doing it to a degree where I was like, okay, I could have used this time in a more productive way. But again, it's not a bad addiction, right? Like compared to like others that have cigarette smoke, like substance abuse. But also scrolling, that has been my biggest. So that one is the one I work on actively at this moment. So yeah, with all that said, it's been a journey. It's been an amazing journey. I love Africa, and I love. And from an inner work perspective, I've definitely grown. I've definitely grown. For example, as late as today, I landed in Uganda, and normally my brain will. Okay, I landed yesterday, and then I said to myself, I'm gonna land, and then tomorrow, which is today, I'm gonna be productive. I'm gonna make some videos. I'm gonna be creative. It's gonna be nice, It's gonna be real good. And look at this right now, too. I'm pulling through. That is all for me, That is all for me around the insights, the beautiful things that Africa has provoked me to emphasize. Let's go.